There's a lot of these, but establish a save file. All right. Is this the same universe as Piss? It looks a little similar. Well, children, when you look at that, the treasure room lays before us, untouched for perhaps decades. All this treasure. Emperor Kamai must have been something. Oh. Greed? No, this wasn't collected or for wealth alone. These are trophies. Remnants of adventures he and the companions of the Whirling Blade had during his reign. All these things tell a story, and they are mementos of his quests. You know, I read about such treasures in many books and dreamed of such sights. And now that I can see it for myself, it's so breathtaking to think that I'm actually standing here with my own 2 feet, where no man has stood for decades. Also, I still gotta get the other night's VODs live. Oops. And here, the most valuable treasure of them all. The gem that the Emperor plucked from the eye of the beast of the Highland Pit with his own hand. The Jewel of Kamal. I have to say, I never dared to imagine I'd see with my own eyes. Wait, you're telling me this is a creature's eye? Eye. He called it about ancient magics and turned the base into a crystal, taking an eye as a souvenir before smashing it into fragments with a mighty bolt of lightning. This was the last time he ever ventured out of his palace. Even so, all of these other relics can match its worth. Every piece in this room has some equally amazing past. Strange, you'd think there'd be more tales of his exploits. Oh, there are, but a few are interested in such things these days. How thrilling. Really though, children. The jewel is our reason for being here. History's nice and all, but this jewel, this is real wealth, beyond any knowledge. You're clearly getting too excited about this old junk, Othello. I don't recall you drooling quite that much about admiring my treasures. Oh, you know how to remain in all of your hidden delights, Edme. So Othello, Edme. Did we get the green-haired one's name? Hey, what happened? What was that trapdoor? Strange. Allow me to examine it closer. Huh, seems to be some sort of magical barrier. Pick up the Jewel of Kamal must have triggered it. We are, it seems, trapped in here. Serves you right for snatching it up so hungrily. There must be a way to disable such a thing, surely. Those 2 rooms in the center of the room look suspicious. Maybe they hold the key? I shall examine this barrier to see if I can learn anything about the nature of the magic. See if you can figure out anything with those runes, will you? Oh, wrong one. Those runes, will you? Alright, hope. Pagan statue of some sort. Sadly, I don't know exactly which tribe it belongs to. I was doing a voice for him, but I didn't realize you were going to be the main character. I should really keep going on my pagan studies. Only more disgusting than slimy sea creatures is dead sea creatures. Why anyone would want to make a horn out of one is beyond me. Sometimes you just gotta toot. A horn don't care like me. It's turning a horn for calls in battles or hunting. These are fairly common, though. This is a particularly nice example. Probably remember from when Kamal was captured by slavers and forced to fight gladiators. Apparently never discussed it very much, so nobody really knew much about what happened during that time. I think the shaman Eloise the Raven used to pull Kamal out of the magical coma, or used this to pull Kamal out of the magical coma. He was poisoned to do when he traveled into an alternate plane. Sorry to rush that because the text is kind of fast. She saved his life with this. It's a gauntlet for the training of war falcons. This stops their sharp talons from harming the wearer. Apparently, Kamal was given a flock of these falcons by the Parthian king. Gear from the machinery of the Bloodstone mines in western Tuscia. It's given to Kamal by the chief engineer when he cleared it of lava trolls. A little monetary value, but it represents an event that grew the region's economy. Alright, maybe I'm more tired than I thought. Might just be one tonight. It's a harpoon. I never did get the reason for these being built. Still, it's a beautiful example of the instrument. It's a little strange to see such a plain-looking sack in a room full of such exotic things. Okay, that might be of note then. Looks like an authentic Kresna vase. That must means that that must mean that Kamal visited the Kresnas at some point. Strange. I never recall the tales mentioning any such visit. It's a pagan statue of some sort. Okay, that was the pagan studies thing again. Alright. Oh. Strange. I don't recognize the beast this comes from. I'm better at identifying man-made things than natural ones, I guess. Vani. Okay, well, I think that name was mentioned. It's Vani. She's a cleric, and we've been traveling together for about 3 years now. It's Edme, the mage. We haven't been traveling together very long. I'd like to get to know her a bit better. I bet you would, darling. Oh, you. This isn't the time for self-examination. Aha, yes, it's the Giant Slayer crossbow. If that's not the most stylish weapon ever, then I'll sell my collection of Bugarth carvings. I wish I had the strength to use it. I guess for the reloading. It's one of the light orbs of Candela. They only held their light for 10 years. This one must have lost its power long ago. Okay. Tree spirits of the Great Northern Forest use these for their herb-preparing rituals. This is the dagger? Yeah, okay. Oh, where's the stand? Oh no, that's the stand. What's the dagger, then? I recognize this, I think. Something about a dagger of dispelling, only usable by those who rebel against lawfulness and embrace chaos. That would be our way out the door. If I could pick it up, I could probably get a better idea of what it does. Okay. It seems to be something in the middle of this ice crystal. It must be magical if it has kept it frozen for all this time. Why am I so beat all of a sudden? I was decent leading up to this. Point clicks may be drowsy. It looks like a Nari altar. We'll look at it again. Nyari altar. I'm not sure whether Kamal ever joined their faith, but he was considered a strong ally of theirs. Okay. An oak chest. The markings on it are familiar. I wonder where it could have come from. A still mirror. These only reflect non-sentient things. Apparently Kamal used this to convince the spirit of Guardius that he didn't actually exist, thus causing him to disappear. Waka waka. It's a Gintor flower. I thought these were all extinct. The smell it gives off is sweet, like cinnamon and sugar and the smell of freshly fallen rain. No wonder they were so sought after for perfume. Alright, scrolls of peace treaty signed by Emperor Kamal and High Priestess Yasmin. One of the most historically significant treaties of the last century. This looks like a Forte lamp carved from the trees of the Forte forest. The light comes from a face stone, meaning it will never run out. This surely would have been a gift from the Queen of the Willowwind Pagans. The Great Sword of Callum. Apparently this thing can slice through a full plate armor. Of course you need the strength of a giant to pick it up and swing it around without chopping your own leg off. I've heard about this. The barbarian Kron used it in his crusade against the entire Wailing Coast. Only to be defeated by Emperor Kamal, of course. Runes must be magical to be glowing like this. I wonder how someone writes a glowing rune onto the floor. Any ideas what to do, Bonnie? You're the bard. You ought to be the one who has heard of something like this before. I'm a cleric. What am I supposed to know about it? Ask Edme. She understands arcane magic better than I do. Bye. Edme. Trying to concentrate, Chad. Ask the cleric if you need any help, will you? I might have swapped Vonnie's and Edmund's voices, but it's fine. I'm sure she'd be delighted to assist someone for once. I could probably spare a half minute from praying to lend a hand. Alright, never mind then. Huh, I feel a bit tingly. Alright, well the game's called less than 3, but it can't be that easy. Can't seem to get the knot undone by hand. Whoever tied this up wanted it to stay tied up. Alright, so we gotta find something to cut it on. We look at the barrier. That's what's stopping us from getting out of here. There must be some way of getting rid of it. Far too big for me and designed purely for training falcons. Let's leave it where it is. Carrying the heavy gear around would be useless. There's some machinery in here that I can use it with anyway. Oh. If there was someone nearby whose attention I could attract with a horn, then I'd use it. Sadly, this place is completely deserted. Cole was well known for his love of pan flute music. Yeah, we didn't scan that earlier. He kept musicians in his palace at all times, apparently. Oh no, I tried playing pan flutes as a child. Let's just say the wind instruments aren't for me. Beautiful piece, but useless for getting us out of here with. Oh wait, the urn and the vase are two different things. It's a phoenix urn. When a phoenix was reborn, the Yurdish monks would collect up the ash and feathers and place them in urns such as these. No practical application. Oh. It's a scene that depicts Kamal slaying the demon Baruch. The colors and sense of movement in this painting are breathtaking. It's really just for decoration. Even the blades are made of useless pewter. Sort of magic that these hold isn't going to be effective in getting rid of the barrier, sadly. I don't actually think tridents are useful as weapons. I would feel very brave or heroic waving a glorified pitchfork around. Ugh, a gaunt shell. I hate the sea. Just thinking about this slimy creature that used to live in there makes me feel ill. No way am I picking that up. I don't think I can reach it, and I'm not sure what I would do with it anyway. That's not really my kind of weapon. As impressive as a mighty warrior would look hacking a wall down with an axe, I'm not mighty, nor a warrior. I just look foolish trying to swing that thing around, and I'd rather be stuck in here than lose an ounce of my style. Oh yes, if only. Sadly, I could never pull back the bowstring on that thing. Yeah, that's why most crossbows had cranks, my dude. Still, if someone pulled it back for me, I would love to have a shot at that thing. What a machine. Slightly too big for me to wield. The man who it was made for was 7 feet tall. It's most definitely out of my league. What are you? Someone left a small dagger on the ground here. Either they were in a hurry or there's a reason for it being there. I should investigate these rooms, see if I can disable this bear before I go touching anything else. Has no drawers, secret compartments that I can see, or any function other than looking pretty. I think I'll leave it alone. Different dagger? Can't seem to pull it out. It feels unusually heavy. No, these flowers are meant to be extinct. If it could help me, even if it could help me out of here, there's no way I'd ruin a living specimen to escape. Despite its enormous historical significance, it won't help us escape. Other than holding the Jewel of Kamal and use in forgotten rituals, this doesn't have any real use to me. Can't seem to open it. Alright. Very cold to the touch. I wonder how it stayed frozen here. There must be something magical inside. Can you step on one of the glowing runes on the floor? What is that supposed to do? I'm not exactly sure, but there are 2 of them, and I can't step on both at the same time. Fine. Hey, I feel a little weird. You stand on that spot, okay? Well, you are clever, children. very interesting. The barrier is gone. Who would have thought that the cute little bard would have a brain in his head as well? Allow me to make certain... Or wait, she was the higher voice. Allow me to make certain that the barrier is completely disabled. Well, there we are. The mystery is solved. Uh-oh. It appears that the rooms require constant presence upon them in order to function. And we're stuck in here? I'm unsure. Perhaps Edme could summon some magical creatures to stand upon the ruins while we safely exit. Edme, we're still stuck in here. She appears to be abandoning us. She got the rock she wanted. Apparently she decided the jewel of Kamal was more important than us. I always knew she was a selfish, greedy witch. I bet she was using us all along. But she said I was cute. You flirt with girls all the time without thinking about it. Yeah, but I don't abandon them behind magical barriers either. Doesn't matter anyway, we're stuck in here, Othello. We'll find another way out. If such a thing even exists. Okay, so the dagger's probably key here. The items in this room, many of them possess their own powers. There must be something in here that can assist us. I have no idea about any of these things. And Vani clearly never figured out anything about the barrier. I shall examine this barrier myself then. Perhaps I can learn something of its nature that the witch could not. Okay. We'll save. I haven't gotten the preamble out of the way. Alright. So I'm thinking dagger to sack. What's that for? Oh, well, I thought it might help us get out of here somehow. A little dagger? Yes, well, it might have some special properties. These are all powerful artifacts, after all. The witch didn't seem very impressed with anything other than the jewel. Well, it's certainly worth more gold than any of the rest of these things. Still can't believe she left us trapped in here. Could we maybe leg up and climb out one of the windows? I don't see how it's so hard to accept. She was using us to get what she wanted. Now she has what she wants, and even better, we're stuck in here and can't interfere with her plans. I'm sure we would have figured it out earlier if she was just using us. It would have been more obvious. Oh, come on, Othello. You followed her around like a good little puppy, and she knew it. Why do you think she wore such a revealing robe? It takes more than a revealing robe to distract me, thank you very much. I guess that explains why she wiggled her hips about so much when casting spells. Don't pretend you didn't notice that. Well, what about your tunic? This is the garment I'm required to wear by my order, Othello. And if it upsets you, then you're free to look elsewhere. Hell yeah. I'll get back to looking at this dagger, shall I? Probably for the best. Okay, so it's in my inventory. Ooh, zoom in. Oh, I love that they have stats. Effectively a knife with a double-edged blade. Steel daggers are the favorite weapon of thieves, as well as being useful backup weapons for fighters and mages. Not very useful for sword fighting. They can still kill efficiently in the hands of the right person and are easy to conceal. Alright, I'm thinking knife the sack. And we'll see where it goes from there. What are you doing now? Well, I want to know what was in the sack, and I can't undo the knot by hand. Find anything interesting? It was full of sand, but in amongst the sand was this knife. I wonder why anybody would store a knife in a sack full of sand. This is going to be knives all the way down. It could be to hide it, or to stop an enchantment on it from causing damage. That's a good point. How are you going with that barrier? I think I might have figured out where the enchantment comes from. See these patterns? If you take them as a small part of a larger piece, it resembles the patterns found on Timpu monasteries. Okay. We stayed a couple of days in one nearly a year ago, remember? Hey, you're right. I'm impressed you managed to pick where the pattern's from. I might not wiggle my bum as much as Edme did for you, but I'm not completely without purpose. I just wish I could put all this information to some use. You're doing well. Keep at it. Thanks. Perhaps I remember something else that could help. Okay, so we got Dagger 2. Bearing the roots of a master blacksmith and enchanter Hrom Fullen, this dagger is forged from tempered steel and enchanted with fiery magic. This weapon was made for the illusionist Telebenthor and famously carried and used by him during his betrayal and killing of the king of Groath. It is said that Benthor unsuccessfully tried to trick Emperor Kamal, resulting in a duel between the two and the illusionist's death. Alright, well, Tongue of Flame, I'm going to guess ice? Okay. I feel there's something stuck behind this, but it's stuck behind the statue. I can't seem to budge it without getting a look at what's behind, unless we maybe cut into it. That is very tough. I can't seem to cut through it. Let's try. It's a long shot. Can we light it on fire? Alright, so if the fire's not going to the ice, there we go. I'm still having to save the bear. Well, stick with it. Okay. Up. I think sacrifice, I've always found that sort of thing over the top myself. Any deity that demands a sacrifice will probably also demand self-sacrifice sooner or later, in my opinion. I need the light in here. Best leave it alone in case I break it. Can't see the okay, maybe if I found something stronger. Alright, something stronger. Well, our options are the sword. Used to capture powerful magic. Cutting it might release all that magic. Not a good idea at all. Guess we'll just try it on everything. Lovely relic. Alright, I wouldn't try cutting a blade for that an adamantine axe. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those, and no one has reported seeing one for at least half a century. Oh. I tried that. Maybe I used the wrong knife. They're surrounded by ice? How strange. Apparently, there's some sort of cold enchantment on it. I'll have a closer look at it. How are you doing with that bear? Not so well. I'm sure there's something I'm not remembering, but I can't put my finger on what it is. God, I'm useless to magic like this. You're doing fine, really. If I was doing fine, I'd have us out of here. Maybe I should have spent more time studying the arcane arts when I had the chance. Maybe you're thinking about it wrong? I don't know how else to think about it. The arcane this arcane magic, it's all trickery and deception. Unlike the powers I draw on, these magics merely alter things in nature to suit themselves. There's no real power here, just lies that I can't see through and figure out. No power? What do you mean? Mages don't create things like a god does, they merely alter things that already exist. Conservation of magic energy, I guess. It frustrates me so that I can call upon a god for might and aid in battle, yet cannot bypass such a cheap, petty lie as this. I feel like such an idiot, so blind that I am that I cannot see through it and figure out its secret. Don't be so hard on yourself. I know hardly anything about magic other than a few basic tricks. Stick with it, and you'll see what I'll see what I can find. Okay. Urgot Hunter's Knife. Traditionally used by Urgot hunters. Emperor Kamal was given this by the Urgot chieftain after he helped them fight back the Frost Trolls in the Great Troll Invasion. Enchanted to strike extra cold damage, it is also designed specifically to cut through the thick hides of the beasts that roam the tundra, allowing hunters to skin their kills faster. What if we skinned our kills faster? Hide is very tough. What are you talking about? Maybe we hadn't switched to it. My bad. Yeah, I gotta right click. I think I have to right click to deactivate the prior dagger and then switch to it. I got it. Phil, why are you cutting that hide up? There's another knife behind it. It might help us get out of here, I hope. Do you really think we'll get out of here? Yeah, we have to. I wish I shared your optimism. We figured out how to do it one way, right? I refuse to believe that in any circumstance that there is any one correct way to do something. There's always choice, always more than one path. Sometimes we trick ourselves into only seeing one way, but I think we can find others if we look hard enough. Keeping looking, and I'll do the same. Alright, what's our new knife? Rogue's Dagger. The rogue Spanos the Malignant was well known for his exceptional ability to steal anything. Said to have vision beyond that of any mortal. When he was finally caught, trying to rob Emperor Kamal's bedroom, this knife was found on his person. It has been magically enhanced to greatly increase the wielders' ability to spot traps, secret passages, and dangers lurking in the shadows, making it the ultimate rogue's dagger. Spanos' life was spared by Kamal, and he ended up joining the companions of the Whirling Blade. Alright, they also seem to have a symbol on them. I'm curious what's up with that. Alright. Alright, so we got no symbol. And then... Tongue of Flame. So a flag and a bathtub. Alright. Urquhart Hunters. Hunter Ice has a circle with an X through it. Rogues has brought to you by the letter C. Alright. To detect skill. That might. Well, let's see what. Well, this dagger seemed to see everything a bit more clearly. There's something strange about that harpoon instrument over there that I didn't notice before. Yeah, there's something definitely behind there. Hey, there's something hidden behind this. Another knife. How many knives are hidden in here, I wonder? Couldn't you grab the big sword or the big axe instead? I'm a bard, not a fighter, Vonnie. Yeah, great. I had to get stuck in here with the one guy who chooses to mess around with little knives instead of swinging a big axe. Come on, Vonnie. What would swinging a big axe around achieve? I don't know, but if we were fighters, maybe we could smash our way out. Or if we were thieves, we'd be good at escaping from places like this. Instead, we're a priest and a bard, Othello. We're like the two least capable people of breaking out of here. Have some faith in yourself. I have no idea how to solve this, Othello. It's beyond me. You can't expect to solve it in just a few minutes. Sometimes things take time. Just wish we weren't alone in here. What do you mean? Every other time we've been stuck for the last 3 years, we've known each other, there's always been someone else. So if something needs figuring out or fighting needs to be done, there's always been a mage or a fighter there. We've just been sort of tagging along all these years, but now there's nobody to help us. And what can we do? Knives. That's what we can do. Knives will solve everything. That's not true. Nobody would have survived the undead ambush at the 12th Valley without your holy magic. But what about the near-dead messenger that you healed that delivered the peace treaty between Yarth and Weldon? They'd still be fighting today if you hadn't healed him right there. You're right, but it's just... What? What? It's what? What else is on your mind? Well, nothing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get annoyed. Just remember that we'll solve this. Somehow. Yeah, I guess we will. It's true, though. We've never had to deal with the problem by ourselves. True, we've always traveled with other people. I guess it's time to figure out how good a team we can be. Othello? Yeah, what is it? Well, that is... nothing. I'm sorry for being negative. I'll get back to trying to solve this. We'll be out of here in no time, you'll see. Save to save, alright. New dagger. When the it's the Arbioth Cleaver. When the barbarian hordes of the Arbioth Wastes invaded the city of Jurnt, they were led by a mighty warrior who fought with only this knife. Despite its small size, it is exceptionally well crafted, strong and sharp, easily as damaging as a full-size greatsword, and easily carved through the plate armor worn by the guards. When Emperor Kamal met the warrior in combat in the city streets, he felled the barbarian and claimed this powerful blade as his prize. Okay. Don't try cutting a blade in half. Does seem to damage the barrier. Okay, You did say something stronger for the chest, so... Gotcha. This little dagger popped that lock right open. And inside is... another dagger. How surprising. I wonder if that one will help us get out. Huh, hang on a minute. Hey, have you figured something out? See the spacing on those runes? I think if I lay down, I could probably touch both of them at the same time. That way, you could get out, and then only one of us would be trapped inside. Then you could go and get help or something. Othello, the nearest village is 2 weeks' travel away. By the time I got back, you'd be dead. Huh, true. But maybe I'd find out a way anyway. I am sure I can think of something. What's the point in getting me out if you're going to escape anyway? Well, that way, if I don't figure it out, one of us still survives. Oh, I see how it is. You do? Yeah, I do. You obviously want me out of here. Well, isn't that what you want? Do you dislike me, Othello? No, what gives you that idea? You clearly want me out of here. You want to be left alone, don't you? I'm not sure I understand. 3 years we've been traveling together, and the one time we're stuck somewhere together without anyone else around. You want me gone. If you didn't like me, I wish you'd have told me at the start, and I would have just left. If that would have made you feel better. Somebody's been sitting with some issues. What do you mean? I see the way you treat other ladies when we're in towns. When you're telling your grand tales about the tavern fires and they flock around you, flirting and giggling. You're very good with ladies, aren't you? I notice you sneaking off with them, blushing and whispering. Ladies love your charisma, your grand tales. You're so good at paying them compliments. You should be a professional flirt, you know that? They just melt when you're around. What has this got to do with anything? You never talked to me like that. Not once in 3 whole years, Othello. You're a priestess, Fawny. Even I'm not cheeky enough to flirt with a cleric. So that's it, is it? If I was any plain old wench at a bar, you'd be quite happy to flirt with me? No, it's not like that. You're better than some wench in a bar. You've got skill and a talent. You're fine. You're a fine companion to travel with. As long as it doesn't go any further, right? Vinny, I like you, Othello. I love the way you talk, the way you tell tales, and the way you can romanticize even the smallest tale. I see you taking those girls away, and I know where you're going and what you're doing, and it makes me jealous, and I hate it. I hate that I'm jealous of those stupid, pretty girls who will never do anything great or special, and here I am, devoted and loyal, and I can't have you. Okay, this is a lot. Makes me so ashamed of myself for being distracted from my faith and my devotion for a charming bard. Ashamed that I could even think about what you do with the wenches behind the taverns. Thoughts make me feel weak, dirty, and sickened at myself, and that just makes you want it more. Why can't I be that girl with you in the middle of the night? Why'd I have to dedicate myself to a cause that stops me from having that? Why do I even want something so filthy, so vulgar, and so commonplace, and every day that is so far from being special that everyone else can have it anyway? Why can't you just walk across this accursed room and kiss me and stop me from saying all these stupid words that I hate even myself for thinking? Because I don't have an interaction cursor. Never mind, forget it. I'll try to focus on this damn bear and get us out of this stupid room. Do you really want me to kiss you? Yes, no, I don't know. I do and I don't. I don't even want to talk about it. Just kiss me or forget about it, okay? Okay, right. So, kiss you. Right. Well, I can't do it now. The moment's gone. There's no romance, no style. What are you going on about? There has to be drama. You have to catch the moment. The moment was there and I missed it, and now I have to wait for the next one. The moment? I have no idea what you're saying. Look, it's about timing, okay? You can't just waltz up and push your lips together and be satisfied. Why not? Isn't that what kissing is? No, that's what whistling is. Yes, but to make a memorable moment, you have to catch that moment. Timing is of the essence. There will be another moment, and it will be perfect. And this time, I will be watching for it. You'll see. If we're going to do this, we have to do it properly. You know how I said you're good with women? Yeah, I remember. What of it? I take it all back. I just wanted a kiss, damn it. But it will happen, and it'll be so much better if we wait for that special moment. If you say so. Alright, so which dagger did we get? The Chaotic Shard, okay. Carved from a shard of metal from the very plane of chaos, this dagger was wielded by the war mage Corlin the Raven. Able to change one's perceptions, he would sneak his way through towns, cutting people he wished to recruit in their sleep. So when they awoke, they'd be more willing to join him. When he was eventually tracked down and killed by Emperor Kamal for his crimes in the province of Jertro, this dagger was taken by the Emperor so that none might benefit from its magic in such a way again. Now, okay, and it changes alignment, which means I can probably use that. Oh, was there a symbol on that one? No. I can probably use that on the other dagger. Alright. Oh, maybe use it on me. But if I cut myself with the dagger, it'll change my alignment to chaotic, right? So I just gotta cut myself, just a little cut. I can't do this. What's wrong with me? It's just a little cut. Something wrong? Look, would you be able to help me with this? What is it you need? Well, could you just blank me with this dagger? What? What the hell, Othello? Look, it's help us get out of here, okay? Are you feeling alright? Vonnie, please. Just a little cut. Just a nick. I can't believe you actually want me to do this. Ah. Oh, sorry. Did I cut too deep? Cut me again, woman. What? Why? It feels good. It feels good, the pain. Gods, I never thought I enjoyed pain this much. It's ecstatic. Please, Vonnie, give me more. No. I did what you asked me to help you. I'm not cutting you again just because you think you'll enjoy it. Oh, Vonnie, please. Bite me, cut me, chew my ears, and pull my hair. Step on my fingers and make me beg for more. I've never felt so damn alive. Apparently being chaotic makes you a sub. Othello, what's going on? Has something happened? Why'd you want me to cut you? The dagger changes people. It makes them more accepting of chaos. I have to say, I never thought it'd be like this, though. All of a sudden, I feel so adventurous and uninhibited. You did what? You literally used the dagger to change your mind, your soul? You're mad. No, it's not like that. I did it so we could get out of here. I'll show you. It's okay, really. I'm still the same person. I've had my perspective change a little. That's all. This is supposed to get us out of here? Yeah, look, I'll show you. This is now mine. Dagger of Dispelling. Before he set off to challenge the mighty sorcerer Tile, Emperor Kamal was given this by his wife to aid him in the battle. It proved instrumental in his victory. Kamal managed to break free of every magical curse and trap that was cast upon him by Tile with the aid of the dagger, then used it to strike the sorcerer down. After seeing how the dagger saved his life, he carried it with it at all times till his death. Okay. Let's give the barrier the chop chop. Whoop. You did it. Great, I knew we'd be able to get rid of this barrier. Come on, Vonnie, let's get out of here. Aren't you going to take some of these things with you? You know, I think I've decided that it's time to make my own story rather than tell everyone else's for a change. But there's so much history in here. And we have so many opportunities to make our own stories. You haven't forgotten about the other thing, have you? What do you mean? About what we talked about before? Oh, you mean you and I? Yes, you said you'd kiss me. Alright. I feel like the first one I'd feel like is a little too smart. I would never forget, dear Vonnie. Such a sweet man. No wonder I've grown to love him. I felt like being a little chaste about it was a little more true to his original character, so. Especially the Babor, ooh, dual names, and Igor Hardy, whose name snuck into my game without even letting half of them know. That was nice and quick. Alright, that was lesson 3.